Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Antono. I'm from C class unit 20, and in this occasion, I will telling you a sentence processing in psycholinguistics. So I got the material from Drexler's book in chapter 4. This book, in this chapter, the book provides an overview of different approaches to parsing models. This is the one is two-stage models of parsing. This section describes parsing models that use two stages to process sentences. In the first stage, the parser builds a partial syntactic structure based on the input sentence, and the second stage it uses the structure to determine the final syntactic structure. These models often involve the use of intermediate representations, such as phrase structure trees or dependency graphs. The second one, constraint-based model of parsing. This section discusses parsing models that use a set of constraints to determine the final syntactic structure of a sentence. These constraints can be based on a range of factors, including syntax, semantics, and pragmatics. Some example of constraint-based model include lexical functional grammar or LFG and head-driven phrase structure grammar or HPSG. Third one, argument structure hypothesis. This section presents the argument structure hypothesis, which proposes that the syntactic structure of the sentence is determined by the argument structure of the verb in the sentence. And the fourth, limitation, criticism, and some alternative parsing theories. This section discusses some of the limitation of criticisms of parsing models presented in the previous section. For example, some critics argue that our traditional parsing models do not take into account to the full complexity of natural language, and that they may struggle to handle ambiguous or unspecified input. This section also introduced some alternative parsing models such as probabilistic, and neural network-based model. And the last, parsing long-distance dependence. This section focuses on parsing models that can deal with long-distance dependencies, such as subject-verb agreement and reflexive pronoun resolution. These dependencies involve words that are far apart in the sentence and may require the parser to remember and use information from earlier in the sentence. This section also discusses some of the challenges involved in processing these dependencies and presents some parsing models that address these challenges, such as a memory-based parser and the minimalist parser. I think that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.